All right. So I'm Jean-Benoit. So as you can tell from my accent, I'm French, but I'm actually based in Vietnam, working for Phileo in aquaculture. So let me start by saying a few words about the company that I work for. So Phileo. Phileo is actually a subunit, a subsidiary of a much larger company, which is Lesaffre. Lesaffre has been around for more than 170 years. Actually, the core business of Lesaffre is fermentation solutions, both from yeast and now bacteria as well. So we are quite a large company. We are not a startup. We have around 3 billion euros turnover, more than 11,000 employees all over the world. And actually, just to give you an idea of the extent of our business, our core business is actually bakery, so baking. And when you look at the world's bread production, so 1/3 of that production of bread is actually baked with our yeast. And Phileo is the subunit of Lesaffre dedicated to animal health and nutrition. That obviously includes aquaculture, and that's the reason why I'm talking to you today. But we're also involved in other businesses at Phileo, such as poultry, ruminants, pet, and more recently, insect as well, because we are seeing value on that too. So let me say that strain selection, when talking about microorganisms, is very important. We have actually the world's largest yeast collection at Lesaffre. And even though, for example, for yeast, even though the species is the same for baking and for animal nutrition, the strain will be very different. So we are actually selecting our microorganism to have targeted application for the end objective. And even in aquaculture, we have a wide variety of strains that we once again select for specific applications. So let me also say that we have our own production. So everything that we sell is actually produced within Lesaffre. And those are all primary fermentation. So we are not selling byproducts of, for example, the brewing industry. And that also sets us apart from our competitor. That means everything that we produce is actually produced for one purpose. It's not byproducts. So let me say a few words about our portfolio in aquaculture. Actually, we have both probiotic on the one hand, so it's basically the live organism, so both from yeast and bacteria, and those actually target the gut of the fish or the shrimp. And basically the end game with gut probiotic is to improve feed efficiency by shifting the microbiota inside the gut. And on the other hand, we have also yeast, what we call postbiotics. So this is actually the dead organism, whether as a whole or a part of the organism, what we call fraction, so yeast fraction. And we're actually removing, taking those fraction, those different fractions for targeted applications. So in those fractions, we actually have mannans and beta-glucans. So those are actually made of the yeast cell wall, which have very interesting properties in terms of pathogen reduction inside the gut of the shrimp or the fish, and also boosting the immune status with beta-glucan to make sure that the animal can fight off the pathogen efficiently. We also have organic selenium, which is a powerful antioxidant, once again, to mitigate the impact of adverse conditions that you might have on a farm, such as fluctuating water quality. And last but not least, I wanted to talk about, and especially today with the F3 challenge, our last category of products are actually functional proteins. So those proteins are from yeast. We have Nutrisaf, which is actually the whole yeast that's been autolyzed. So both the cytosol, so the inside of the yeast, and also the yeast cell wall, very high in protein content. And Prosaf, which is actually just, it's even a more purified version of the product. It's actually the inside of the yeast, which is even higher in protein content. And the end game is definitely to support alternative diets in fish and shrimp farming. So we've validated our solution in more than 50 R&D projects around the world, and also in more than 15 aquaculture species. And as I was saying, the solution that we put forward for the F3 challenge is actually a combination of products. So we first have Nutrisaf, which constitutes the bulk of our solution for the F3, which is very high in protein content and especially in essential amino acid. So by adding this product into the diet, we make sure we balance again the essential amino acid profile in the diet. Prosaf, as I was saying, is a even more purified version of yeast extract. So it's very interesting in terms of palatability and attractability properties, because it contains short-chain peptides that are highly palatable for the fish and the shrimp. And last but not least, we also added a bit of Cellsaf, so organic selenium, to compensate for the loss of selenium that is contained in the krill. So here's the diet actually the solution that we put forward for the challenge. Interestingly, that resulted in a reduction in the price of the diet compared to the positive krill meal control. So I think it's worth to note it. So our solution is actually backed by strong scientific evidence. We have more than 10 peer-reviewed papers using our functional proteins in aquaculture, so in various species. But actually, the major species that we've been working on for a functional protein was trout, so rainbow trout, with researchers in France. We have strong R&D. So this is actually a picture from a shrimp vet, who we are also partnering with for shrimp and fish. And also we have a number of technical guides and handbooks related to the species that we sell yeast for. So let me say a few words just to end up about a new program that we launched this year, which is all about shrimp and our solution designed for shrimp farming. So I encourage you to check our website. You will find the webpage of the shrimp program right away. Actually, there is a comprehensive handbook that actually details all the challenges that the shrimp farmers and shrimp feed manufacturers are facing right now, and how those challenges can be mitigated using our solution from yeast and bacteria. And interestingly, in this program, in this handbook, we also included results that we from a trial that we did in the past using krill meal as a benchmark to ProSaf, so yeast extract, and we saw comparable level of feed intake between ProSaf, or functional protein, and krill meal. So this is the kind of information that you can find in there. So I thank you very much for your attention. I think, yeah, I'm done there. Thank you once again. I would be happy to answer any question at the Innovator Fair later today. And yeah, I'll leave the floor to the next one. Thank you very much. Cheers.